a non-human animal and taking what we learned from those observations and applying them to human behaviour. Now, one of my most favourite observations from the animal kingdom is the finding that it's often the most beautiful male of a bird species, or deer with the largest antlers, that are most preferred by the female of the species. And this is very interesting because it's also been noted that a lot of the time these elaborate tails and these massive horns can actually have a detrimental effect on the survival of the males that possess them. Now, it's been suggested that the reason why these have developed is not through natural selection, but instead through sexual selection. So these antlers and tails are obviously telling the females something about the males. But the problem is these signals could easily be fake. So how do you make sure that you don't get duped by a fake signal? Well, you make the signals very difficult to fake. You make them costly. So a researcher called Zahavi suggested that we should look at big male antlers and massive tails as kind of handicaps. And any male who has made it to sexual maturity with these massively overgrown sexual ornaments have actually been put through a test. And those who have made it through with the best ornaments have actually passed the test best. Now, this idea is often referred to as the handicap principle. And peacocks have kind of become the poster boy for the handicap principle. And it's not difficult to see why. Male peacocks grow these massive tails, which to begin with are very biologically costly just to grow. But then they've got the task of trying to walk around with these hugely heavy tails and actually fly with them, and they're very aerodynamically costly. So these ones that make it to sexual maturity in a healthy condition are clearly showing off that they're really good specimens of males and actually could be really good specimens to mate with. So what can we learn from that we can apply to humans? And specifically, what can we learn from peacocks that we can apply to Mr. T? Well, let's start with the obvious. Mr. T is well known for wearing an awful lot of gold jewellery. It's been estimated that Mr. T's jewellery is worth up to $30,000. No, $300,000, sorry, even more. Now, just like only a very healthy peacock can afford the biological cost of dragging around a massive tail, only a wealthy man can afford to waste that much money on unnecessary bling. And Mr. T's jewellery tells us something else. For him to walk around with all that jewellery, he's obviously incurring a massive biological cost. But also, he makes himself a very easy target for muggers. He could be a possibly very lucrative person to mug. But the fact that he carries on walking around with this jewellery and nobody's taking it off him shows that either Mr. T is such a formidable character that nobody would dare try and mug him, or any attempted muggings he's been able to defend himself against because he's so physically strong. Mr. T's collection of jewellery has been estimated to weigh somewhere between 20 and 40 pounds. Now, lugging around all of that unnecessary weight obviously shows that Mr. T is quite physically strong and obviously has the needed reserves of energy to be able to lug around all this unnecessary weight. Just like a fully grown male peacock obviously has a lot of excess energy to be able to lug around all of this tail. And to be able to do that without wasting away to nothing, both the peacock and Mr. T need to have decent access to enough nutrition. You'll see an example in a second. Now, he probably doesn't just eat Snickers. But another testament to Mr. T's strength is his physical prowess. He's a very muscular person. And muscle is a very costly material to try and build, very biologically costly. So this, again, shows that Mr. T clearly has enough access to nutritional resources. So it could be that just like the peacock splaying its tail is showing off to peahens that obviously he's quite a catch because he can survive with all this wasted energy, Mr. T may well be using his muscles and his bling to show that actually I'm an excellent example of a man and you do well to mate with me, because if you happen to be female and we happen to have offspring, maybe they'll inherit what I've got that makes me so fantastic. So it could be that in many ways, Mr. T is quite similar to a peacock.